Good morning, good afternoon to all present. With warm greetings from Sri Lanka on this special occasion, I am Father Bennett Mellava, Director of Caritas Anuradhapura, representing Caritas Sri Lanka, and I am privileged and feel honored to be a part of this Together We Global Awareness session, where we have an opportunity to share our perspectives and analysis on environment. We human beings are partners of our environment, with all living and non-living elements around us. Roots of our living are intimately connected and unconditionally dependent on the environment. We need to be grateful to the great attributes such as its richness, diversity, beauty, dexterity, and magnanimity that contribute countless benefits for the entire planet Earth. The combination of impressive power, admirable strength, outstanding achievements, excellent technological advances, and brilliant progress in artificial intelligence are inadequate to pay tribute to the enormous indebtedness of humanity to the environment. Therefore, the humanity endowed with phenomenal intelligence has an immense liability to compensate for the damage caused on environment and give very strong consideration on looking into systems on how to hand over a refreshing world to the future generations. Caritas Sri Lanka, inspired by the spiritual perspectives of Pope Francis on care for our common home, has launched numerous activities to draw the attention of Sri Lankans on environment, some of which are tree planting campaigns, cleanup campaigns, organic home gardens, and lobbying campaigns on ecological justice. Countrywide inauguration of village-based organic farming resulted in massive participation of farmer families getting involved in organic home gardening. These efforts contributed immensely to heal the agro ecosystem, which had been badly damaged by excessive use of chemical fertilizer. Organic vegetation provided food and shelter to colonies of pollinators and pest predators, which was greatly beneficial to the organic system. These habitats of species and organisms contributed to increase biodiversity significantly, stalled soil erosion, reduced the risk of groundwater pollution, and enhanced soil productivity. The impact of these mitigating and restorative measures has been observed in the field of improved ecological services. The art of integrated farming through organic home gardening and livestock development has assured food security to vulnerable and marginalized communities. Farmhouses are granaries of traditional seed varieties, and the organic farming has revived the cultivation of traditional seeds. Harvest from traditional crops has provided the much needed nutritional needs of children and lactating mothers at affordable prices. In Sri Lanka, where organic farming is practiced, it is often a community exercise. It involves all members of the farmer family or members of the farmer community. Voluntary communitarian attempts of these farmer families to be custodians of integral ecology have been abundantly rewarded with food security, cultural inner peace, social dignity, and economic growth. Whenever it demanded, directors of the Caritas Sri Lanka family mustered the support of citizens, civil society organizations, environmental groups, members of community-based organizations, other stakeholders to campaign on the streets in order to protest against myriad cases of blatant environmental degradation going on in various parts of the country. Against the background of Sri Lanka's economic and political woes, big business interests, corrupt officials, and unscrupulous politicians were legitimizing fraudulent development activities that would destroy large tracts of forest, pollute waterways, and wipe out fauna and flora. Caritas Sri Lanka vehemently opposed the anthropocentric mentality motivated by greed and corruption to suppress, utilize, and conquer the environment for disastrous economic gains. Simultaneously, we lobbied and promoted ecocentric development policies that cares for creation. The people were unequivocally convinced that sustainable development could be achieved by safeguarding the integrity of the natural environment and protecting its resources. As a result of the protest by grassroots citizen groups, the unethical and greedy strategies of profit advocating market forces on many occasions had to abandon their plans. Listen to the Voice of Creation is a fitting theme for the 2022 season of creation, for it has witnessed vast destruction and unspeakable suffering of many people around the world. Environmental disasters demand an urgent refocusing as to why the natural environment continues to deteriorate at an alarming rate, and this has contributed to the disruption and collapse of thousands of economically disadvantaged populations. Human-driven environmental and climate changes are causing dramatic levels of inequality in all regions. For climate influence breakdowns are devastating food production. World hunger has been rising since 2014, with more than a quarter of the world population affected by moderate or severe food insecurity. It is ironical that on the one hand, pollution in industrialized countries is leading humanity into a spiral of self-destruction. On the other hand, in the poorest countries where climate-related destruction to home, infrastructure and livelihoods occur, contribute least to global warming. Further, this environmental inequality is aggravated by evidence where there is a powerful tendency of affluent countries to impose hazardous environmental conditions on poorer countries. At present, environmentalists are deeply concerned about the indifference shown by developed countries to meet their climate finance obligations under the Paris Agreement, that is, to provide $100 billion by 2020 and to scale up trillions of dollars for a global green recovery. This lack of political will, collective commitment from affluent countries to change conditions of climate vulnerability of economically marginalized people is a massive breach of trust and responsibility. This attitude has frustrated the vulnerable sectors of the world. Their hopes of living free of disproportionate burdens of negative environmental impacts. A way forward. In the context of global interconnectedness and in the spirit of Holy Father's ecological spirituality, the Caritas family is capable of galvanizing the collective voice of the voiceless to lobby the governments and the super rich corporations who are responsible for the negative climate footprints, to make policy changes, to address environmental injustices, and to ensure the fundamental right to political, economic, cultural, and environmental self-determination of all peoples. Moreover, Caritas network will have to muster the support of all stakeholders to prevent the slow onset of irreversible environment changes that engenders the existence of humanity, and also to empower the present generation to ensure healthy and safe environment for future generations. Thank you very much.